You're not gonna believe what just came out of last night's WNBA game. Because what we witnessed wasn't just basketball. It was a straight-up scandal. A shocking clip is making the rounds right now, and it shows what looks like a blatant act of referee favoritism, and yes, it involves Paige Bueckers. But what really got fans fired up? It's what this moment says about the treatment of Caitlin Clark. Before we dive into this wild breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. We're bringing you the truth the mainstream won't touch. Let's set the stage. The Dallas Wings just took down the WNBA defending champs, the New York Liberty. Final score: 92-82. A 10-point win that sent shockwaves across the league. Now, you might expect the stars of the Liberty like Breanna Stewart or Sabrina Ionescu to dominate this game. But nope. It was all Dallas, and rookie Paige Bueckers made sure of that. She clocked in 20 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, and played 30 full minutes of aggressive, confident basketball. It was her moment. It looked like a breakout game. But then something happened that took attention off her performance and put it squarely on the referees. The call that sparked outrage. During a pivotal second-half play, Paige got bumped while driving to the rim. The ref instantly blew the whistle. Foul. Standard, right? Wrong. Because a video soon popped up online showing that exact type of contact, grabbing the arm, applying pressure, had been done to Caitlin Clark in multiple recent games, and not once did she get a call. In fact, Caitlin was often shoved, held, or elbowed with no whistle in sight. It's not just physical, it's aggressive, borderline dangerous, and completely ignored by the officials. This wasn't a one-time oversight. It's becoming a disturbing pattern that fans and analysts can no longer ignore. Millie's viral post exposes the truth. A WNBA fan named Millie, who supports the New York Liberty, made the post that really lit the fire. She placed the two plays side by side, Paige getting the foul, Caitlin getting nothing, and asked, "What's the difference?" The uniform. The hair color. Because the actions were identical. And honestly, she's got a point. Fans flooded the replies echoing the same concern. Why does it seem like Paige Bueckers is getting calls that Caitlin Clark can't buy? Some even questioned if unconscious bias or favoritism is quietly influencing game outcomes at the league's highest level. Caitlin Clark, the star who can't catch a break. Here's the truth, Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie. She's the most watched player in the league. She's brought in millions of new eyes, boosted ticket sales, helped secure charter flights for the entire WNBA, and made it cool to talk about women's basketball again. And yet, she's been hacked, shoved, elbowed, grabbed, you name it, and the refs act like nothing happened. Fans call it the silent treatment. She plays through brutal contact while referees just stare blankly. Sometimes it feels intentional, like a message being sent. How is that even possible in a league that claims to support its rising stars? Stephanie White speaks out. Even Caitlin's coach, Stephanie White, is feeling the pressure. In a recent interview, when asked about the physicality Caitlin faces, she laughed and said, "You trying to get me fined again?" That's how serious the issue is. She went on to say there's clearly a different level of physicality when Caitlin is on the court. As a former player and now coach, Stephanie admitted she has no clue why Caitlin is treated this way, but it's obvious something's off. And she's not alone in that belief. Other players are noticing too. When Paige got that call in the Wings vs. Liberty game, even Natasha Cloud looked stunned. Like she couldn't believe the whistle was actually blown. That's how rare it is. Other stars and coaches around the league have made subtle comments, hinting that the treatment Caitlin receives isn't normal. But so far, the WNBA hasn't addressed it head-on. It's like there's an unspoken rule, one that benefits some players and punishes others. Fans are losing patience. After last night's game, fans didn't hold back. One person on X tweeted, "The WNBA should be ashamed." Paige Bueckers is a rookie on a losing team and gets better officiating than Caitlin Clark, the face of the entire league. Make it make sense. Another post read, "It's not just bad calls. It's dangerous. If Caitlin gets injured again because refs won't protect her, it's on them." And that's the biggest concern here. We're not just talking about fairness. We're talking about player safety. Refs are supposed to enforce the rules, not pick favorites or gamble with someone's career. Let's be real, Caitlin is the engine of the league. Say what you want about hype or media attention, but Caitlin Clark is the one driving this league forward right now. She's the reason thousands of new fans are tuning in. She's the reason WNBA jerseys are selling out. She's the reason the Fever, a team with one of the worst records last year, are now must-see TV. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA doesn't get this momentum. And yet she's being treated like an afterthought on the court. That's not just bad officiating, it's a massive failure in league leadership. Double standards in plain sight. Let's go back to the footage one more time. Paige gets grabbed. Foul. Caitlin gets grabbed. Play on, Paige gets protected. Caitlin gets punished. One Twitter user said it best, it's not just a better whistle. It's the size of the gap between the two. That's the real problem. And you know what? They're right. The inconsistency is glaring. When fans can predict who will get the call based on the name on the jersey, not the action on the court, it's no longer just bad officiating, it's bias in motion. This isn't about race, it's about politics. Some have tried to turn this into a race issue. Others are blaming the media. But many fans believe the real story is something deeper, politics and favoritism. Who does the league want to protect? Who do they want to promote? And who do they want to humble? Because let's be honest, Caitlin Clark came in hot. She brought swagger. She brought fans. She brought a whole wave of attention. And maybe, just maybe, the league wasn't ready for that. Maybe they didn't want one player to become bigger than the brand. Maybe they want her to earn her place, no matter how much she's already done. Where's the accountability? Here's the part that hurts the most, no one's being held accountable. Not the refs. Not the front office. Not the league execs. This isn't the NFL or the NBA where bad refs get suspended. In the WNBA, it's silence. Even when the footage is this clear, even when fans are begging for answers, the league acts like everything's fine. But it's not fine. It's falling apart right in front of us. The trust between fans and the league is eroding. Every no-call chips away at the credibility of a sport fighting so hard to be taken seriously. The league is playing a dangerous game. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark. That's not an exaggeration. That's business. That's facts. She's the one keeping this spotlight hot. But if she keeps getting mistreated, and if she decides she's had enough, what then? What happens if Caitlin walks away? What happens if fans stop watching? What happens if the next star player sees this and thinks, that's not the league for me? The WNBA is risking its entire future over this. And the worst part? It's so easy to fix. Just call the game fairly. That's all fans are asking for. Not special treatment. Not extra whistles. Just fairness. Call fouls when they're fouls, no matter who's on the court. Protect your players. Protect your stars. And don't punish someone just because they brought a little too much attention to your league. Time for change. This isn't just a rant. It's a wake-up call. Fans are watching. The cameras are rolling. And the excuses are wearing thin. The footage of that foul call on Paige Bueckers didn't just show a missed play, it showed a pattern. A system. A referee culture that needs to be addressed before it spirals even further. Because if the WNBA loses the trust of its fans, the damage won't be easy to undo. What do you think? Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Paige Bueckers is getting special treatment from WNBA referees? Are the refs really targeting Caitlin Clark? Or is this just part of the growing pains of a league learning how to handle its rising stars? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let your voice be heard. And if you're fired up about this like we are, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. We've got more breakdowns, more footage, and more truth coming your way.